Okay, right, today we're on the South Downs and we're at the Seven Sisters Visitor Centre car park, and we're just going to pay for the parking and then we're off. I don't know whether you can see on the map, we're here and we're going to go all the way along there, following the river along, and then we're going to go along the coast. Wow, there's some beautiful views now of the River Cuckmere as it winds its way in from the sea. Or should I say, winds its way out to the sea. Lots of walkers out today because it's a beautiful sunny day. It's just amazing. It's not far from the car park here, so lots of people having picnics and stuff. It's quite cool. Oh, there's some lovely paths here. Plenty of places to stop, take in the views. See behind me, we're going up that slope there. There's a couple of benches there. Isn't that amazing? We've got the sea out there, and obviously the prevailing wind comes off the sea, and these bushes behind me, they've grown accordingly to lean with the prevailing wind. Very sensible. Got another gate to go through just before the top of this hill, and then we should have a great view of the sea. Yeah, stay away from the cliff's edge. See, there's a gate there where you can go down over the cliffs there, but yeah, I wouldn't get too close to the edge because it's crumbly chalk. That's beautiful. Onwards. Come up onto one of the highest cliffs now, and yeah, there's a lot of people up here enjoying the beautiful, clear, sunny day, and yeah, it's quite a view now. We're going to follow the path in the background. You can see it goes over those cliffs. That's where we're heading now. Wow, a bit of a steep hill this one, but it's beautiful. It's a steeper hill than it looks. Beautiful beach at the bottom of the cliffs there. Beautiful blue water. I feel like throwing myself in, but we're going to keep going to that peak in the distance. Well, just coming down a very steep slope there, and now we're going back up another steep slope. I think we're about halfway now. We're at Brass Point. It's another hill to climb. Another one of the Seven Sisters. Wow, it really is a beautiful day. Don't get too close to the edge of these cliffs though, because they're crumbly chalk, and they could easily crumble away underneath your foot, and down you go onto the beach, and that would ruin your day. But it's really beautiful. I'd love to get down on that beach and have a swim, but hey, there's more hiking. Let's get up this hill. Look at that. Yachts gently sailing along there. Hey, it's absolutely amazing, this is. What a beautiful day to come out. These hills certainly take it out of you, especially on a hot day like today. But small steps gets you up the hill. We're getting ever closer to that lighthouse in the distance on that high cliff. Let's see beautiful white chalk cliffs going all the way along here. It's absolutely beautiful. Just come down one slope and now we've got another. They're all quite steep, it goes up and down a lot. Obviously the Seven Sisters, we have to go over each one. All the way along here, you come across these wonderful bits of stone. See, with the chalk around the outside and what looks like flint in the middle. It's quite amazing. Thought I'd crack out the army surplus today. Got this nice Dutch military shirt, and it's surprisingly hard wearing, and it's quite cool as well. It's quite a cool material, but it's got sleeves on it so I don't burn my arms, and it's got a collar, so if the sun gets too much on the back of my neck I can pull the collar up, and it only cost me £10. So I thought, bargain. Just came down that hill and now we've got another one, and it's even steeper, this one, so I better get going. Okay, that was a steep climb, so I'm panting a bit here. But we're on top of the hill. On top of another one of the sisters. Sorry for the heavy breathing. I don't normally sound like this unless I've just walked up a really steep hill. But as you can see, we are getting ever closer to that lighthouse in the distance. And down below here, I think this is a pub with steps going down onto the beach. I will investigate when I get there, but it looks like quite a nice little place. Okay, we're at Went Hill, and Went Hill is there, and Burling Gap is there, with toilets, car park, facilities. Obviously that's where you can get down onto the beach there. So yeah, looks like we've nearly reached our destination. We may keep going to Eastbourne. Let's follow the arrows. Oh. Sheep in the field. Dogs on leads. And down the path we go towards Burling Gap. How cool would it be to live in one of these little houses on the chalk cliffs? I mean, look at that view behind. Stunning, absolutely stunning. There's the lighthouse in the distance there, on the top of the hill. Not far to go now. Okay, we're at the lighthouse. It's just behind me here. There's a nice little shop there, refreshments. Someone's doing a little photo shoot on the cliffs there. Pretty dresses. Now I found out that this lighthouse actually has rooms so you can stay. Yeah, it's got lots of history, 200 years old. And yeah, you can stay here for the night. So there we go. Little boutique hotel. How fantastic is that? Looking out over this beautiful countryside. Okay, I'm on the other side of the lighthouse now. It's on the hill there behind me. We've come right over the top and we passed it. Behind me here is a bus stop. So I've no doubt that'll be on the Burling Gap bus route going through to Brighton, between Brighton and Eastbourne. So if you wanted to get the bus and not drive, perfect place to hop on and off the bus. You can see the lighthouse on that ridge behind me, and you can see the cliffs in the distance. That's where we walked. We've walked all the way from the other side of those cliffs you can see in the very distance behind me, and we're quickly heading towards Eastbourne. So I reckon over those hills we've done about 6 miles, maybe 7 miles. It would be nice to get to Eastbourne, and then I can have my tea, and then we'll set off all the way back along the ridge over the Seven Sisters back to the car, and hopefully we'll make it by 9 o'clock, which is when the car park closes. Fingers crossed. There's this wonderful little stone sort of shelter here with some seats in it. There we go, paying tribute to the men and women of the Air Force, anti-aircraft defences, Home Guard, that were all stationed up here in the Second World War. Obviously it's a very high vantage point. So there we go, little map there. But yeah, obviously this was some sort of, there were radar stations operating up here, anti-aircraft guns, lookout posts. That's quite fascinating, yeah. A lot of history from World War II, places like this, yeah. And you can see why it was good, because it's one of the highest points around here. It certainly is high up. And over there is like the Beachy Head pub. Okay, we've just passed Beachy Head tourist spot. It's a nice pub restaurant there, car park, ice cream van, cafe. Behind me there, we're just going past a little cafe. And I can see Eastbourne in the distance ahead of me. I can see the pier. So any moment now we'll see the sprawling beach of Eastbourne with its pier. And there she is, there's Eastbourne. See all those white buildings, you can just make out the pier there in the centre of the picture. We're on the hill above Eastbourne. And I think this is where we're going to stop, have tea, and then turn around and go all the way back to the car. Wow. It's about 7.5 miles. And this is the perfect spot to give my feet a nice rest. So I'm gonna pitch up here, get the toes out, let them air, and have something to eat. Thank you, tree. You provided me with a nice shady spot with a view. I was sitting there watching everything going on in Eastbourne, and yeah, now it's time to head back across the Seven Sisters back to the car. So let's hope it doesn't take me too long. Right, we're back to Beachy Head. Got the countryside centre there. And we've got this nice little seated area here, which is also a monument. So there's the plaques to commemorate the purchase by the Eastbourne Corporation of the Downs from Beachy Head to Folkestone for the preservation of the amenities of Eastbourne. Opposite the Beachy Head pub and restaurant, there's another one of these Ordnance Survey marker stones. You see that Ordnance Survey? You generally find them on the top of hills by Beachy Head pub and restaurant. And we're heading over all those hills in the distance there. So I need to get cracking. Look at that view. Absolutely stunning view there, look. It's beautiful. There's a monument halfway up this hill. Michael Dean gave this land to the National Trust in memory of his brothers who died, one in 1917 in Germany and one in 1916 at the Battle of the Somme. So yeah, quite poignant there, but very nice of him to give this land to the National Trust. And of course, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people have enjoyed it since. So it's a proper way to honour someone's memory. We have this monument up here, and that Starrison stone with the plaque on it, that was put there as a tribute to someone who donated a lot of money to the Seven Sisters Preservation Fund. So there we go, never forgotten. And it's a nice little bench to sit on and look at the wonderful views. Look at that view. Look at that blue water down there. I wish I could dive in, but it's very high. And look, there's some works here in the earth, and another sort of half circle work of stone there. I can only assume that there's something to do with war defences, wartime defences. Maybe a radar station, anti-aircraft gun, lookout post, something like that. Yeah, there's lots of little bits of wartime history up here, because obviously this coast was quite vulnerable in World War II. So there we go, we've got to go up that steep slope the other side now, and then we're going to go down by the River Cuckmere and then round to the visitor centre car park. So we're doing all right for time. I'm not a party pooper, but these things are scaring the hell out of the birds, the water birds around this river. You know, they could fly out over the sea, they wouldn't hurt anybody there. Okay, so it's all quiet now. Yes, the visitor centre is behind me, and there's the road. It says Eastbourne and the bus, toilets, bloody car. So we're nearly there, we're nearly back to the car. Back where we started earlier. 14 miles gone from here to Eastbourne and back again. And now I'm ready for some fish and chips. What could be better than ending the hike down here on the south coast than having fish and chips on the beach at sunset? Perfect. And you know what? Doesn't even feel like I've walked 14 miles today. Here's to the Seven Sisters.